The most demanding and demeaning boss I've ever had pushed me to the edge with his unreasonable demands, leading me to quit on the spot, but roses and an apology from the other VPs convinced me to return years ago. I was working as an executive assistant, shared between 3 vice presidents. One of them was the most demanding and demeaning of individuals that I have ever had the misfortune of ever working for in my life. The other 2 were actually quite nice and I enjoyed working for them. I would typically come in around 6 to 6:30 a.m. to get work done before the day started, as that was the only time I would have to work on my reports, etc. One day, I got a call from Mr. M at that early hour of 6 a.m. He was in a tizzy. He wanted to know where the board of directors reports were. They were not printed and bound and sitting in the board meeting room. Oh no. Well, of course they were not printed and bound yet, as he had not asked me to do that. He did not even tell me that he was going to the board meeting. So, he tells me to print out 30 copies of the report. And collate them. And bind them so they look all pretty. We had a printing room where I could do all of this, but only one printer. The report was over 100 pages long and our printer was painfully slow. An hour goes by and he texts me wanting to know where the reports are. I told him I was still binding the reports and waiting on the printer to print out the rest of them. He blew up at me. I only wanted pages 11:13. Sigh, okay. Scrap jobs on printer. Print out the 3 pages and start binding them so they look professional. 10 minutes later he texts me, "Where are you? Do you even know where the building is?" I was beyond upset at this response. I finished up and put the reports in a box. I calmly went around the office looking for anyone. I found a director of something or another that had come in early. I handed him the box and asked him to deliver the reports to Mr. M, in room X, in our building. The director was puzzled. He asked me why. I smiled slowly and said this: "If I see Mr. M, I will pull his heart out from his chest, through his throat, and show it to him while it is still beating." I quit. By the time I got home, there were roses waiting for me with an apology letter, signed by the other 2 VPs. They called me and asked me to come back into work and that they were not accepting my resignation. They told me I would never have to work with Mr. M again.